This is Father Greg Heille coming to you from Aquinas Institute in St. Louis, Missouri. Please say a little prayer for me because this is my very first time on A Word of Hope. Our word today is for November 1st, the Solemnity of All Saints. This solemnity makes me think of how on October 1st, the former master of our order, Timothy Radcliffe, began preaching a 3-day opening retreat for the delegates and the representatives at the Synod on Synodality in Rome. In his second meditation, in which he talked about God being our home, he quoted Thomas Merton, the American Cistercian mystic, who said that with God, God is the center of everything. But God has no circumference. And to make that image plain, Timothy talked about making bread. He said when we knead bread, we knead the center out to the edges, and we bring the edges into the center repeatedly. No center, no edges in bread, as we oxygenate the loaf so that it might be the bread of life. And so too with the saints. You've heard how Pope Francis repeatedly invites us in the church out to the peripheries. But in my observation, when we leave our center to go out to the edges of our experience, when we get there, we discover that we're not at the peripheries at all. We're actually at the center of other people's lives. The saints take us out to the peripheries as well. Just think of the saints whose images you have in your home or who you pray with and meditate upon. How do they take your experience out to the edges and out to the peripheries? And how do they bring all of that into your center so that it's no longer periphery and center, but we are one loaf, one bread, one body in Christ? That's the gift that the saints give to us. As you pray today with the Beatitudes in chapter 5 of Mark's Gospel, think how each line of the Beatitudes takes us to the edge and brings the edge, the center that we find there, back into our lives. And look at that last verse in the Beatitudes that says that we do all this, going out, coming in with the saints, so that we might, in the end, be one with the saints.